Hello. So I will be talking about challenges and opportunities in data analysis. For a start, I would like to give a brief overview of what the data analysis process entails. That is the step-by-step process by which you achieve your results in data analysis. So everything starts from having a purpose in mind. That is, what do you intend to achieve with this analysis that you want to perform? Do you need to check how your business is faring? Do you need to check how your products are selling? So once your purpose is defined for which you want to do the analysis, then you go over to the data collection phase. And so once you have your purpose in mind, then you start thinking of what are the necessary data to gather so that I can achieve my results. So once you gather your data, then you head over to data cleaning. And why is this very important? Because in the real sense, in the real world, data is never clean. It's never in the perfect, it's never in the right format for analysis. So you need to do a lot of data cleaning. You need to do a lot of data cleaning before you can head over to your analysis. This is where you do things like dealing with missing values, dealing with inaccurate values, dealing with duplicate values. And we'll still talk about all those very soon. Then once this is done, then you head over to your data analysis using various techniques, including visualization, to bring out insights and trend from your data. And once you have those insights and trends, then you can now head over to report it, to put it in a nice report. You shouldn't just stop at the analysis level. Like those insights that you've gotten, you should do something with them. You should act on them. So you go over to reporting, and so that those insights gotten can be acted on to improve business processes. All right. So now another challenge is on getting data from multiple sources. This can also be a challenge in a way, because you are getting from all these sources. There are times when you need to do some sort of merging and joining of data, right, to analyze it, and in the course of it, there might be errors, right? Errors on the part of human. Because you're working with data from so many sources, you might be fatigued at the moment that you are doing the merging, and also there might be little errors here and there, and at the end it might impact your analysis. Alright, then talking about data accessibility. So for instance, you want to work on the medical data, and we know that to get medical data is always very difficult, and in some cases it's almost inaccessible, right? So this is a very big challenge in the data analysis ecosystem, and in some cases you are required to go through a lot of getting permissions, getting permits, and all like that. So that can really impact analysis in a lot of way, and at the end of it, you might not even get the data that you really want. So data accessibility is still a problem. All right, and then lastly is that of the job duties. So the job duties can vary, though you can be employed as a data analyst, but when you get into the company, you find yourself doing the job of a data scientist, you find yourself doing the job of a data engineer, you find yourself doing the job of a machine learning engineer, or it can even be that your duties is just to do the job of doing data entry, doing data cleaning, and you're not even doing any analysis. So you find yourself in such situations, especially in countries like Nigeria, where they believe that once you are a data analyst, that means you can do anything with data, right? You can build predictive models, you can do all sorts of things, right? So there's need for a data analyst to be very versatile, to be very knowledgeable about tools in all those aspects also. All right, okay, so let's talk about the opportunities in for a data analyst, right? So let's talk about the general opportunities before we go to the industry specific ones. So on data analysts, like we said the other time, they analyze data to bring out insights and trends from it, and use those insights to improve business processes. All right, so that is the job of a data analyst. So and then a business analyst or business intelligence analyst. So these people do the work of data analysts, but in addition they have this business acumen, they have this business mindset. They know what's based on the data that they have analyzed. They know how they can use this data to really move the business forward, right? They know the right recommendations to give to improve operations and then maximize profit for organizations. So they have in-depth knowledge of business, and then they also have in-depth knowledge of data analysis. Then talking about big data analysts, they are also data analysts, but then they work on large amounts of data. They work on big data. So if you are working for a company like Facebook or a company like Google, these are very big companies and they generate a lot of data, and so you see yourself working with this large amount of data, data that is coming in at a very fast rate, right? You should imagine the amount of people using Facebook, using Google in just 1 minute. So, and you have analysts working on all those data. So that is actually a large amount of data that is coming in at a very big rate. All right. So, and then you have data scientists. So data scientists actually work on data, get insights from all those data, and they do what is called predictive modeling, right? They build machine learning models that can predict based on the data that they have. They can predict, okay, let's say I have a house, I want to predict the price of this house. Data scientists can do that, right? Or I need to give out loans in a bank. I need a classification model that will predict if this person I'm giving loan will default on his or her loan or not. So they do all this kind of predictive modeling. All right, and talking about data engineers. So because you have data from multiple sources, right? So there is need for someone to gather all this data into a central source. So for instance, in a department now you have data from the sales department, from the marketing department, right, from the human resource department, and then you need to bring all this data together into a particular source, right? So gather them into a centralized source so that as needed you can extract this information and give it to data analysts to work on and all like that. So you see them working on concepts like data warehouse. That's just for storing it's just for storing a large amount of data from various sources, data lakes and all. So it's actually a very beautiful opportunity. All right, then talking about the industry specific opportunities. So these are specific to certain industries. So you have financial analysts. This is specific to the financial industry, to the fintech. They do data analysis also, but then they deal more with finance, the finance aspect of it. Then talking about marketing analysts. right? These people deal with data and they use the insights gotten from data to do some form of marketing, right? So we are talking about, okay, I have this analysis done already. I've analyzed some products already, right? I need to know the right set of people to sell this product to, right? I need to know at what price I need to sell these products to them so that I can maximize profit. So it's all about reaching the right audience and giving them the right pricing, to maximize profit. All right, then talking about risk analyst. So you find this these are just to analyze on risk in businesses using data. So for instance, now you can have a credit risk analyst working in a bank, and this will tell you that, okay, now on this loan that you wish to give out to this customer, what I need you to measure the risk of giving out this loan to the person, right? Okay, how is it going to impact the overall business if this person doesn't pay back the loan? I need you to measure the risk for me based on the available data on ground. So on all this measure risk, they measure what will be the impact of the action performed in an organization on the overall performance of the organization. All right, and you still have some other opportunities like freelance analyst. So these are people that they can do so many things, like tell them if it's data entry, they will do it for you. If it's data cleaning, they are glad to do it for you. If it's data analysis, they are very flexible in what they can do, right? And this is actually very good category, and so many people are there already. You do a lot of freelancing work for people and they pay you for it. So this is also an opportunity, and you have sites like on Upwork and Fiverr where you can get all these freelancing works from, and people pay you for it. And then lastly, you have data instructors. So this is actually the educational part of educational opportunity in data analysis. So you can teach people data analysis and you get paid for it. You can instruct people, you can teach people data science, and you get paid for it. You can teach them introduction to Python for data science and all like that. So whole aspect of teaching, that is also an opportunity. You become a data instructor, that is also an opportunity for that. So there are countless opportunities that are available to data analysts, right? So you just need to find the one that fits you the more and you can function well with. All right, thank you so much for listening.